weeks, but we don't have to wait for a winner's interview. We have 33 joining us right now. 33, congratulations. It's been a really great start for you guys so far. And I want to know just from you, like, how does it feel? I know that you're boot camping, but how does it feel in the team environment at the moment?
Hello, first of all. No, everything feels great. We're happy. Some people got kind of a time off, some time to relax and reset a bit. I'm here on the bootcamp with Snaking, but it feels it's a lot more relaxed when it's only two people. You don't have constantly like noisy conversations and people yelling, skitter yelling, and so we are just happy. We are kind of chilling, playing, and hopefully things will work out for us this season.
Yeah, sounds good. I do have a question about your Doom. You know, we saw it come out last tour and it wasn't as successful. We've talked about it a little bit on the panel, but I want to know from your point of view, just what you changed and why it was more successful in these two games for you picking up Doom.
I don't think anything really changed. I think my team was just noobs previous season. They were ruining, so I couldn't carry.
All right, so it's the rest of the team that changed. Nothing about you and your Doom.
The team is always the problem. I was like playing perfectly, as always.
I love it.
We're on the same page. I love it. You know, it can't be anyone else's fault. What are your thoughts on the patch? Like, do you like the changes? Is there like what do you think is the most significant change in the previous patch other than Lina?
Change other than Lina. I'm trying to remember one. Maybe Ricky. I guess Ricky and Lina out of the game, which I enjoy. I mean, Ricky I haven't seen at all. Lina, some people are still playing. We'll see if it's still strong or not, but at least it's not in every single game, so that's nice. Other than that, I don't know. The patch wasn't really that big, so I don't feel much change. It's nice to buy Meteor Hammer on some heroes, but the item is kind of a joke, so I'm not sure how good it actually is. I ended up buying it.
Yeah, you bought it.
But yeah.
Do you think you're putting yourself in a different playstyle whenever you buy Meteor Hammer on the offlane?
I think it's important you don't fall into this trap. Like, you cannot think too much about this item. You need to still play as you would normally, and this item just helps you out a bit. But like, you cannot just completely transform your gameplay to just hammering towers and running around and trying to cast it in teamfights, because then you end up kind of ruining your game a lot. But it's just if you use the item for some nice stats and some boost early game, I think it's good, or at least it's decent.
I want to try and dig a little deeper on the Doom real quick, if that's okay. I just wanted to ask, because these two games you were maxing Scorched Earth, and I was just curious if you think that that's like the better skill build to go now on Doom, or if you still think Devour max is like viable or like the main build.
Actually, I did max Devour in the second game.
Yeah.
But usually I do max the Scorched Earth. I just feel like this spell scales way better. Like the fourth point gives you so much because it increases the damage and the duration. So like the way it scales is obviously like the damage increase per level is like higher and higher the more you level it. I usually max Devour only when the game is very passive, and I feel like I'm not really fighting against any heroes, and I'm already like either I'm already free farming everything I can farm, or I know that even with max Scorched Earth I won't be able to get much more farm. Then you are just kind of chilling. Like, it doesn't really contribute into fighting. It doesn't even make you farm faster, because if you have max in your Scorched Earth, you can push the waves faster and farm more jungle camps. But if you don't have access to enough camps, then the Devour max is pretty good.
Makes sense. And as a pro player, playing in like tier 1 Dota all the time, obviously you're insanely good at the game. What is your like process of getting better on an individual level? Like, if you're spamming pubs, like in which ways are you looking to improve or learn from them?
For me, I like spamming just like very limited number of heroes when I play pubs. Like, I would just choose like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 heroes and try to play as many games as possible only on those heroes. I feel like it helps you improve a lot faster, because after you play, let's say, 5 games in a row on Doom or 5 games in a row on Enigma, you focus a lot less on the micro things of the hero, like the mechanical aspects of the hero, and you get to think more about the game, because the micro things come very natural to you, because you just muscle memory. You just did it 5 games in a row. So I think for me at least that's a really good way to practice. Like I think if you play the same hero 20 games in a row, if you manage to not get bored out of it, you will improve in Dota a lot more than just choosing a bunch of random heroes every game. Because then every game you're focused on how do I land this spell, what item do I need to buy. But if you only play one hero, all these things come automatically, and you only think about the state of the game. So for me that's good, but I know there's people that it doesn't really work out for them. So it's kind of an individual thing.
That's really insightful. Thank you. And one more from me would be, you guys as a team usually seem to find a lot of like new things, or you guys have different ideas. Like I see you guys spamming Wraith bands. How often do you guys tend to sort of find these little things? And like, does it become harder as time goes on? You know, when you're finding things, it's like, oh, there's not much more to glean from a patch.
There's always new things that come out. Honestly, I'm not sure how it happens, but like at some point the same patch you think one item is really OP, and then 2 months later you're like, actually that build is trash. I don't know why I ever did that. Things just change that way. I think we are pretty good at finding out the stuff that at least we consider broken. But of course, it's not like we come up with everything, but we just watch people play, and then if something looks really good, we'll make sure to try and steal it and implement it in our game.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
I have one more question before we let you go, 3-3, is that I heard from Snay and I asked him, but I wanted to know for you personally or individually, what has been the biggest change or biggest improvement for you and the Tundra team between the major and now? Like, what makes the environment a little bit better from when you were in the major to now?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I didn't really feel like our environment in the major was too bad. We just played bad. It's kind of hard to pinpoint why. I don't feel like much has changed for me, at least. We've only played 2 games. We can still go Division 2. It's not too late.
Look, that's true, and I like the fact that you guys are still keeping your eyes forward to the next series that you have. Congratulations again, though. It's been a great week for you guys already, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, thank you.
See ya.